good vibes. Greetings, greetings. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Hope y'all guys are having a good day, ready to get the day going. And I just wanted to put out a little good energy for you guys, as well as keeping you in tune to all the nonsense that's been going on, so you could watch out for it. Y'all make sure y'all like and share this live. It's going down. Y'all see I got my beige and good luck bracelet on. Okay, so today I woke up to this guy that his name is he's a real estate, well, at least he was pretending to be a real estate agent, and he was his name is, let's see,
There are over 15,000 victims of his lies, and
what's his
Jay
name?
Morrison is the biggest con man in the real estate influencer space. There are over 15.
Gene Wilson. I mean, this guy's been on the Breakfast Club. He's been on like every place trying to make himself look credible. And this is what I'm telling you, people are dressing up to play the part. They don't have no solid success or solid grants or education to say that they're in this part. They're just picking these things and scamming people. Now you know what he's doing? He's turning himself to God. Fake. A lot of people on here are faking like they're turning themselves to God. Never been in a church, never plan to go to a church, never plan to open up a Bible besides reading one. So you got to be careful of those people too. You hear a lot of people screaming God, 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 but they don't really mean it. They're just trying to fool you because you believe in the higher power. So don't get yourself fooled by these people out there that's just trying to scam you. This guy, he was scamming people, trying to, give it. He also went on Vlad TV, and I feel like Vlad kind of caught on to his scam a little bit, and he kind of like tripped him up, and he kind of jumped past the question. You know, they bunny hop past the questions, the stuff that really, makes you credible. And he kind of just dipped his way around that. And I'm like, man, so you got to be careful out there. There's so many scammers online. They'll tell you this, they'll tell you that. You guys remember it was like a pastor or something, and he was just like wearing Louis, Gucci, and everything. And at that time, I couldn't believe how people could be so scammed by that, like, or fooled by that. But then I started to realize all the people that were defending him, they had no church in their life to even know the difference between what was real and what's not. So that's you 9 out of 10 times on the internet. It's hard to understand or see what's real and what's not. It's scary out there, you guys. Very scary. The same people that'll stab you in the back, they'll try to fool you and try to be like your best friend. So you got to be careful in these times. Figure out if a person has a track record of what they say they are. If the information is online where you can see it and read it for yourself. If the information is on a credible site. If those things are not on there, don't give your information up to people like this. In real estate, you don't really need a real estate agent in these times. I told you guys, ChatGPT will be safer than going to somebody and putting your information with him or leaving him, because he's just trying to scam you. He knows nothing about real estate, probably just the basics, telling you the stuff that you can go out there and learn on your own. It's kind of like what these people do with these books that they put out. They put out information that you could have just learned on your own. The only thing that they're saving you time on is just finding the information. But if you just have the time for yourself and you go look for the information, you can find it. You can find it. They're selling you free information. Everything I've learned building, it's always been free. The only thing I had to pay for on the back end is probably for like college and school and things like that. Everything else, if it's online and it has a price attached to it, and you don't feel trustworthy of the person, don't do it. Unless you're in an exchange of buying a product. That's different, because then you at least receive something. But if you're dealing with something like big numbers as far as like buying houses and things like that, don't trust these people if they have their name attached to any scam. And trust me, that's not the best thing to do just because you see them on these shows that people claim to be top shows and things like that. Basically what it is just a person that's using the likability of that show to fool you guys and take your money. That's all it is. So his name is what? Oh, his name is Jay Morrison. Jay Morrison. You guys go look him up, man. He's been on like all those sites and just claiming to be something he's not, and now he found himself with God. It's just, oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. Find himself with God, huh? Some of these people really, I don't know. But I won't trust him. I won't trust him at all. A lot of people getting ripped off. A lot of people are, putting on a costume like they're something like they're not, because they don't want to get caught out there in situations like what we're seeing happening to Diddy and all these other folks. I was just watching the last interview on Art of Dialogue with Freddie P. You start to come to realize how people treated people behind the scenes says a whole lot about their character. A whole lot. Mm-mm-mm. Especially how the women get treated. Now I know why I could see in hip hop why the ladies were getting treated the way they were treated, because the guys that were running the business, and you could, like some people would say, gatekeepers, they were doing awful things to them, and there's no way of like combating it in those times. But in these times now that we have social media and different things, there's ways to get back your just due. But wouldn't be a place that I want to grow or build anything in. I think at this point, music it's just in the best place for entertaining people, and people should just look at it for just that, entertainment. Don't look at it for inspiration, anything like that, because the person that you're looking up to, you can be doing better than them. You just don't know it. They can be selling you. They can be selling you the life that you're living. The happiness that you already have, they're trying to sell their artificial happiness back to you. Meanwhile, you happy from the beginning. The things that you love about your life, the things that you need in your life, it has nothing to do with what they're talking about. They have this false sense of how life should be because of the lens they're looking through, the things they went through, the trauma they went through of making the wrong decisions and dealing with the wrong people. That's why I always tell you guys, people want you to make the same mistakes that they made. You can't go that route. You can't go that route. Just yesterday, another rapper killed. Another rapper killed, and I'm just like, wow. I believe he was like 32 years old, and I think he was part of Machine Gun Kelly's camp. And I do believe Machine Gun Kelly was on Bad Boy back in the day. So things are just, some people that understand what's going on in these times, we are elevating as far as our businesses, we are elevating as far as our mental health, and we are elevating as far as just on our everyday life. Whereas the people that's just out there, they had no direction, no sense of direction, just doing things for money, trying to find and attach themselves to other people that really mean nothing to their life, they're lost at these times. And they're trying to find ways so they can get their come up. So you got to stay far away from them. Like when somebody's drowning, they'll pull you under if you try to help them. It's one of those situations. You got a lot of fake people, a lot of fake things going on. I did hear it seems like the Chris Brown and Quavo battle became more exciting than the Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole situation. But when I look at that situation, I'm like, is this all over like a chick? Why do we fall in these places? So it took a chick to make you guys start getting back into the music because y'all sleeping with the same chick? Makes no sense. I don't get it. Everybody sleeping with everybody when there's so many people in the world, they just put themselves in these artificial relationships and they expect something good to come out of it. It's never gonna happen. You don't love love. You don't show love. You love money. When you love money, it's hard for you to see anything else that you can love so great because you're in love with something that's can't even love you back. I want you guys to take a look. Go to inspiredbydreamzzz.shop. Take a look at the new truckers. Really dope. They hot. You can match them up. I made sure this time around I made the pink and white, and it has the rose up top, and it has, you know, the Inspired by Dreams with a light blue print in the front. It's really dope. I think you guys could really, I think if you style that up, you could really put that together nice. It could be your everyday hat, or it could be your once in a while get up. You know, you could put it together. So that's up there. Today I'm working on a crew neck sweater that I really wanted to design. I just had some ideas for it. I'm gonna see if I can pull it off. I'm gonna see if I can pull it off. You know, so I'm gonna try to drop that. And I'm also doing something for my people. Don't think I'm not doing something for my people. That's gonna be for summertime though. Really for all my West Indian people, not just my Bajans, but everybody. I think all summer I'm gonna be rocking out to just reggae and just good vibe music. I'm not dealing with the other stuff. They have to be really, really good. You know what I mean? They gotta be really, really good. You know I love you guys, man. I've been trying to put things together as far as my animations, trying to step my animations up. But I've been really contemplating on trying to change the animation around to maybe a more. I know my animations look real as far as like the guys with the dreads and stuff. If you guys haven't seen, but I was thinking about making it more like cartoonish and more like in a 2D sense. So you guys let me know what you think if you want me to try that out, and maybe I can do that because I like with my animations. What I wanted to like deliver little inspiring messages with them, so you guys can, you know, share them around and, you know, show people the animations. So that's what I'm working on today, to see if I could build up some new characters with a 2D style, the same way I did the other animation. So that's basically what I'm going to be working on today. Just trying to get some new stories out there for you guys, because I know the last story went good though. You guys liked it. I did the Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle, and I did them in like an arena. You guys, if you missed it, go check that out. And if you like it, share it to people, you know, because it helps the page grow. But just like I was saying with these scammers out there, man, there's a lot of people that's not just in real estate. People are scamming people in life, period. Sometimes people scam people so much they end up scamming themselves, forgetting who they really are. And trust me, scammers have only one thing. It's a very they're very selfish, and they only have one thing in mind: getting money for themselves. They're not out there to help or change people. I'm trying to find people that, you know, maybe want to better their life or change things in their life, and maybe better relationships and things like that. I'd rather deal with those people than people I can't trust like that. It makes no sense in these times to be around people with that type of negative energy. We don't need that. We don't need that, my dreamers and dreamettes. We don't need that. We definitely don't need that. Yesterday I was telling you guys, if you want to keep yourself safe from the AI, try not to attach your AI to anything that, like, if AI has to use YouTube or get access to your YouTube to perform a short or whatever, do not do it. Just screen record it to be on the safe side, because AI is very powerful. Your information, once it's on there, it can get sent all over the place. Just giving you guys a little heads up. For the people that don't really know too much about the techie and the AI stuff, yes, don't just start signing up to every AI thing that you see, because sometimes that can get you in a whole lot of trouble too, and especially in these times. Just wait a few months and let the thing play out, see what's going on, and then, you know, there's people out here, I don't know, man. I mean, some of these people, if it wasn't for social media, man, they would never be part of my life as far as like all this negative energy and all this nonsense. I would have been, never paid mind to this, but being that we're bringing, you know, social media into play, the connections, to get to some good connections, sometimes you have to hurdle and weave through some bad connections, you know? For real. Just wanted to get on here, give you guys some good energy in the morning, man. We all need that. We don't need that bad energy that's gonna keep us down. If you have to go to work and maybe it's a place that you don't like, remember I always told you, carve out maybe 10 to 15 minutes, maybe on your break, find something that you like doing, just to read, look at it, take you out of the space for a minute, get back to what you're doing. And then after, you just build up with your little plan on, you know, it's called an escape plan. You gotta escape and run to the things that you love. my whole thing is, you see a lot of these dudes on social media. You see them dating a whole bunch of females, and other dudes is wait. It's kind of like they're waiting online to try to see if they can date the same females too. It's like when if you're dating someone, you don't want the whole world to know it in these times, especially on social media. It's not about you don't want to show your lady off, but you just don't want everybody in your business because things can get crazy, and it's harder nowadays to even get into relationships with people unless you have a built up type of trust with a person, have a friendship first or something with the person, because people just switch into something else. You never know who a person is, man. They just turn into something that you never expected, and now you have to deal with that for the longest, and that sucks. Nobody wants to do that. You want to stay focused on the things that you love, and if somebody comes into the things that you love and you love them too, well, that's it. All goes in one. Try to build something from the ground up. You got a lot of time. If you start now and you really think about it, things are happening so on a fast pace. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. If you start now, you could be anywhere. That's how I look at it. And fashion is the same way. Just because you started your company and you feel like things are not moving the same for you. When I first started mine, things weren't moving for me, but I didn't expect it to. I want to take those baby steps. I want to take the little strides because I know it's about time. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a race to get like a this or that because I have the time to do it. I carved out my life the way I wanted to do it. I live like an artist, and that's how you should live too. Do the things that you love doing, with enough coming in to support yourself and your family, and everything else. You keep building, building, building on your dreams. This wasn't a plan that was set out yesterday, you guys. Years and years of thinking what I wanted to do, putting it all together. That's what brought me here today, talking to you guys. So that's why I want you guys to get the same information so you guys can build up what you're doing and stop looking up to people that one day you can be doing the same thing if you love doing it. That's all it's about. Don't waste your time on what other people are telling you. Just jump into it. Get into it. Do the right things. Do the right things, y'all. I was watching this video. Oskino was talking about Meek Mill, and I thought about it. I said, I don't really listen to Meek Mill's music enough to really, at least not none of his recent stuff, to really give a full criticize on him. But all I can say is, man, how you treat people, especially when you were down and helped you come up. It says a lot in your character if you just turn around and just, I don't know if that's just a hip hop thing. I don't know if that's just like I don't know. And people see it too, like like if you can. I guess, like I told you guys, some people's are victims, and you just don't even know it of their neighborhood, their circumstances, and they carry that on their shoulder for the rest of their life. So some people not wanting to give back, you don't have to. It's not like you're set out to. You have to give back. You could be the victim in a circumstance and feel like, yo, you know what? I want to get away from here because this reminds me of my trauma. So I can understand that. If I don't really know too much of the entirety of his life, and I don't really want to, but it's just something about that just doesn't feel right. It feels like Meek he hides certain things about himself. I don't know why. I don't know, but it's like you could just, I don't know what it is. You could just tell when somebody has a mask or like a bubble around them where they don't want. It's just like a shell of them. You can just tell sometimes. The weather out here in New York is beautiful. And I'm happy to be alive. I'm drinking ginger ale. I didn't even get no breakfast today. Stomach was hurting. Ate pizza too late. I'm gonna show y'all something too. Hold on. Let me see something. I want to show y'all something. The shoplifting and all that stuff, that gotta stop, y'all. It don't say too much for yourself. You know, you can't argue that. Like, you can't say because we ain't had nothing, we was stealing clothes. It's like, what are you getting out of that? You stealing Louis because you ain't had nothing? Stop with this selfish nonsense. I'm trying to find something for you guys. Hold on, hold on. For the summertime, I want to make this whole entire room, I'm gonna build it into like just a little hut that I could just come in here and talk to you guys, cameras around. And I'm gonna use the other room. That's another thing too. When you're on these drugs, you gotta prepare for more car accidents and things like that because we have a lot of first time drivers speeding around. These are things you gotta look out for. For some people, you know, their life did start yesterday, you know. We got a 14-year-old shot while in the Brooklyn school playground. My goodness. There's too many guns on the streets. It's not like it was in the past. In these times, it seems like these guns, they got all types of things going on. I didn't even, wait, hold on, you guys. I didn't even know Chef G was released. He was posted on a $1.5 million bail. He said they counted me out. I don't know, Chef G, if anybody counted you out. I always liked his music, especially when he first started. But I think what you should do, if I was Chef G, I would stay away from all the gangs and everything now. And if people really love you, they can respect you for it. And just stick to what you love doing, your music, and don't get yourself caught up in the gang stuff anymore. Because anything to do with a gang, it's always an easy RICO charge. It's a very easy RICO charge. To give anybody involved in the gang football numbers has been like a common thing. So I would stay away from all the gangs. You know, so a lot of people can't stand on their own, and that's just the true reality of it all. You know, when you know that a whole gang, your true gang should be your family. But if you're coming from a background you don't have no family, and you've been, like they say, you've been looking for a family, and you found family in a gang, and now you see people are getting, you know, people are getting the RICO for just being a part of the gang, whether you committed the crime with the gang or not. That right there should tell you that you're not in a place of love. If you still believe that and stay with the gang and feel like that's your brothers and they love you, it's an artificial love that you guys is just, you know what, trauma bonding is one of the biggest things that happens in a lot of communities. You went through it, I went through the same thing. Let's do it. This is what we got to do to get back at. Look, man, in these times, you got to free your mind of all the violence, free all that stuff, and concentrate on the things you love doing. So you love doing music, stay to that. But if you come out back with the gang stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you, you ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win. It's gonna lead you down a path of destruction. Once again, you already got that jail sentence on your back. Now you're released. This should be the time where you should just change your life and go all the way hard for the music and go for the better. Get yourself situated. Don't care what nobody say. Even if they say, oh, you switched up, oh, you trying to be godly, you trying to be this and that. Most likely, you ain't trying to be nothing but change your life. They're going to always be in the same place, talking the same stuff every time. It never seems to fail. Trust me, life is on repeat. A lot of people are making the same mistakes over and over that we've seen in the past. Trust me, that's what's going to happen. None of them is going to elevate. Not one of them. None of them is going to be a bigger rapper than you. None of them is going to do anything but just sit there, yap, because they have no direction in life. No sense of anything. Some people don't even have a sense of God, so that's why they get lost. When things happen, they don't have nobody to turn to. When you see somebody trauma bonding with a group of people, why didn't you turn to God before you went to the game? You should have turned to God first. But sometimes that comes with you knowing religion and having, the right people that's raised you. When people ask you who raised you, see, with my family, I couldn't get away with that nonsense. I had a complete school. There's certain things that makes you disciplined as a man before you come up. It's not cool. Like, I wouldn't have got on here if I dropped out of school. I wouldn't jump online and act like that's a cool thing to do. It's actually stupid. It's actually stupid. You can't speak on college if you haven't even took the step to graduate high school, and talk about college is this expensive. You don't even know what it's about because you don't even have the type of structure or mind frame to even understand what's in those books, to even understand it, to even get what's going on. Don't be fooled by these people that never been there and they just have things to say because, unfortunately, they took the wrong routes. Always pay attention to the people that took the right route. In the end, it might look like they got it faster or they got something that you might have seen that you might have wanted or liked. It never turns out good. It's never a solid foundation, and in the end, you are better off doing what you're doing than concentrating on what other people are doing. I've seen this all the time. People that I thought were great, and people just in relationships that I thought were the best relationships. It was the most like behind the scenes, abusive, robbing people to get there. I don't want to have to go through those things for people to look up to me that in that way. I don't have to do that. The older you get, the wiser you get in time, the more you learn. And you find yourself not connected to all these attachments that add the fakeness to who you are. There's a lot of stuff that you can add to yourself that just adds fakeness and it disguises who you really are. If you see me come on here with a big chain, like a dog collar, and I'm just hanging off with a big chain, and my neck is back here talking to you guys might look at me like I'm something else. I would never do something like that. Not only is it silly, but it just makes no sense. It says a lot about who you are when you have to put all that, the jewelry and stuff before you present yourself. It means that you ain't really got nothing in here. You hollow. Without if you took that stuff off, you feel like nobody, right? I get it. I get it. But no matter what you do, when all the gold goes away and the Rolex, you realize your Rolex was ticking the whole time, you got to find yourself. And keep that fake stuff away from you and love on the people that love you. You'll find yourself in a better place regardless if you're making more money or less. You'll feel, as far as health-wise, you'll feel better. Spiritually, you'll feel better. You don't have to lie and say that, you're giving yourself up to God, because that's a sin in itself too. When you're lying to the people, conducting yourself as a godly person, and you're just out there doing all these sinful things and expect on the hospital bed you're going to ask God for forgiveness. These people don't even know how it works. Trust me, you guys. Trust me. I want you guys to have a good day. Keep the bad energy away from you. Maybe tune into a little bit of the nonsense, because I know it's always on social media. It's all over the place. You can't duck it. But at the end of the day, you always find a little spot and carve out a little time for yourself to get your mind right, your mental right, and you're going to be good. Don't let people fool you. Keep going. I got a couple bing bing today, so I got to go fulfill some orders. Feels good, feels good, feels good, feels good. Be coming up. And I bet you anything, as I get my little alerts and stuff like that, things are going to be going on, and I'm going to be moving at my little pace, moving at my little pace, moving at my little pace. Oh, he fell off. Moving at my little pace, moving. Whoa. Damn, it was all the way up there. He fell from that far. Moving at my little pace, moving at my little pace, because life is worth more than just money.